nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right. The Eastern Conference Finals matchup has been set. It will be the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, as the Celtics have beaten the Raptors in 7 games to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, what can we say about this series? Well, first and foremost, the one thing I can say is Toronto is not ready. And Toronto, for all intents and purposes, got lucky. And that's sad to say. But I'll get to it. We're going to get into it. But you know we always do. Statistics. We always get into them statistics. Them stats. Alright, so in this series, Toronto averaged 101 points a game, 40 rebounds a game, 22 assists, 8 steals, 5 blocks, 13 turnovers. Shot 41% from the field, 33% from 3, and 75% from the free throw. While the Celtics averaged 107 points a game, 47 rebounds a game, 22 assists a game, 6 steals, 5 blocks, 16 turnovers. Shot 46% from the field, 35% from 3, and 83% from the free throw. Now, the reason why I say Boston was not ready is simply because of this. If you go back to last year, that 2019 championship run that the Raptors went on, it was simply only because of one Kawhi Leonard, who had probably the best year of his career so far at that time. And if you really look at the team that they had, it's pretty much the same team that the Raptors walked into the season last season. Pretty much the same team. The only people that were missing was literally Kawhi and Danny Green. The only two players. Other than that, everybody else from last year was literally back this year. But the other thing is, if you really look at the team, it was literally Kawhi Leonard and a bunch of role players. That's literally what it is. It was Kawhi and a bunch of role players. Now, Grant Pascal Siakam stepped up last year in the playoffs. Dropped a couple 20 points a game. You know, he did what he had. He did his thing last year. I would think that would translate into this year, but well, let's put it to what it is. Let's put it to what it is. Toronto, out the gate in this series, was literally too laid back because they beat a Nets team that was in no shape or form ready. We're talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Like, KD didn't play all season. Kyrie opted out because this whole, what was going on in the world. DeAndre Jordan was hurt and sick. Spencer Dinwiddie was hurt and sick. Wilson Chandler was hurt. Like, your 5 best players right there are not playing in that series. The only person who was playing was Karis LeVert, and he did his thing, but that wasn't enough. Even though what he did wasn't really crazy, but still, you know what I'm saying? So you beat them, sweep them, perfectly fine. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. Celtics kind of were almost in the same boat with the Sixers. Only difference is Ben Simmons didn't play, and it shows how detrimental Ben Simmons is to that team and how much he provides for the Sixers. But Boston swept them easily. So now these two teams meet. from game 1, Boston backhand the hell out of the Raptors. They beat them down in game 1. And then game 2, they beat them in game 2, so they're up 2-0. Game 3, if it wasn't for OG's three-pointer, they probably would be down 3-0 at that point. But OG with a clutch 3, 2-1. Okay. The Raptors come back, win game 4. So it's tied 2 apiece. Okay. Boston do their thing in game 3. Toronto outlasts Boston in game 6. Here we are, game 7, where Boston outlasts Toronto. The other problem in this series was one Pascal Siakam, who played not horribly, but he played bad. He didn't play well. It's like he was too timid, like he wasn't scared, like he wasn't stepping up, and that's the problem. Because at this point in time, Pascal Siakam is supposed to be the guy on this team. Because of what he did last year, Mr. Most Improved Player of the Year was supposed to lead this team, who were the defending champions, to something that's, nobody really saw coming. They played exceptionally well in the season. They were second in the East. To where they are now, it's like, wow. But I'm not surprised as much, because if you really look at this Toronto team, it's nothing but role players on this team. I don't think you really sit here and say to yourself, he's the guy. He's the guy. Like down the stretch, I'm looking for them to give the ball to him. You don't got that. I mean, Kyle Lowry's good, but Kyle Lowry was always second. Honestly, when DeMar DeRozan was still on the Raptors, he was second to DeRozan. When Kawhi was here, he was second to Kawhi. And honestly, in the season, this season, I thought Pascal was the man, and Kyle Lowry was second. Don't get me wrong. Kyle Lowry does his thing, but no, I don't really see him as the guy. And Siakam just isn't ready to become that guy. He needs a little bit more time. But he didn't have much of a choice because Kawhi left. Kawhi left the past offseason. So he had no choice but to step into that role and become that guy. And that's a lot of pressure for Pascal. And that's not fair to him, because he still got a lot of development to go. But he tried his best. I can't blame him. Serge Ibaka was never going to be the guy. Marc Gasol definitely Father Time getting to him, so he definitely ain't gonna be that guy. OG ain't gonna be that guy. Terrence Davis ain't gonna be that guy. Fred VanVleet not ready. There's so many. There's this whole team is full of role players, and surprisingly enough, they got as far as they did, but because they have a really good coach in Nick Nurse. But I don't know. Either Toronto tries to make a splash this offseason, or I don't know. But they either need Pascal Siakam to step up next season and rewrite this, or they got to shop for somebody. I don't know what they gonna do, but they got lucky in this series to even take it to 7. They got lucky. Again, if it wasn't for OG's 3-pointer in game 3, they would have been down 3-0 at that point. Game 4 was and game 6, they outlasted them barely. Because I think that was only a 3-point win. Oh hell yeah, they outlasted them barely. But that's the Raptors. Let's see what happens next year. They're still gonna be a playoff team. I don't know about championship team though. But let's get off the Raptors. Let's talk about the winners. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics, Celtics been looking great this whole postseason, and now they take on a team that very well, if Boston shapes up, or if they slack, The Miami Heat are going to the finals. That's a fact. Woo. But shout out to Boston, man. Boston definitely doing their thing. This is Kemba Walker's very first conference finals. I am so happy for Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker, this is as far as Kemba has gone. It is now made to the conference finals. I am so happy for Kemba Walker. I'm so happy. And Jason Tatum, man. Tatum continues doing his thing. Becomes the second youngest player to drop 25, 10, and 5. Or 25 plus, 10 plus, and 5 plus. You know, that's 25 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. And a game 7, the second youngest. The first to do it. Mamba, man. Mamba. The Mamba. Kobe. So, we got Boston versus Miami. This should be one hell of a series. Listen, I'm only looking forward to Jimmy Butler versus Jason Tatum. Because I know Jimmy Butler going to take that personally. He going to lock Tatum up. And that is what Boston got to have to worry about. Because if Tatum's locked up, somebody got to step up. But they have people that can do that. Of course, you got Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker definitely will step up if he needs to. And of course, Jaylen Brown, who's been balling, he'll definitely step up if he needs to. So they got the right people to do that. And I didn't even know Gordon Hayward was hurt this series. I know he was hurt. So if he comes back in this series, then they got something else that they can use. But Miami got a lot of firepower. Whew, I don't know. This is going to be a damn good series. This might go to 7 games itself. And if it does, I'm picking Miami to win. I'm picking Miami to go to the finals because Jimmy Butler. Jimmy. But then again, I love Kemba, man. If Kemba goes to the finals, it's a blessing in disguise. But damn. The scenarios for this is like, you really think about who is left in these playoffs and how it could shape up. It could be crazy. Like, think about it. It could be the Lakers versus the Celtics in the finals. That's the history in that is crazy. The Lakers versus the Heat? LeBron versus the Heat in the finals? What? But then you got to think about, what if it's the Clippers versus the Heat in the finals? Jimmy Butler versus Kawhi Leonard? Oh my God. Jimmy Butler versus Paul George? Oh my God. Celtics versus Clippers? That's not bad. Jason Tatum versus Kawhi? Oh my God. Oh, the possibilities. Oh, the possibilities. Oh my God. This is going to be, man, I'm going to be watching all this. All right, so the Nuggets were able to survive for a game 6. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. While tomorrow night, the Lakers are up 3-1. They could close out the Rockets tomorrow night. I hope so. I'll be watching. It's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, like, comment, subscribe. You know what time it is, man. Daily uploads. Probably not daily, but they're probably nightly. So nightly and daily, depending on what it is. But it is what it is, man. I upload all the time. I got a lot of games to get through. And you know I'm doing the playoffs, review, and I'm definitely doing WWE pay-per-view reviews. You know how I do. But until then, peace, love, 100. Here.